We've only got 4 minutes to even form an entry anyway, so today's looking like a bust. Today's looking like a bust. Nice. Anyway, let's go over a quick trade recap because I didn't trade at all. I'll just show you. Let's just go over what I would have done had things actually panned out. So, what I started to look at, let's go to first macro to begin with. Where is it? Oh, I went straight past it. First macro's here. What I was looking at here is these highs here. So, within the first macro, I wanted to see it drive up into here, sweep this high, this 15-minute, and then tap into this 15-minute fair value gap here, and then I would have seen it drop down. This I was hoping to be take profit 1, and then this 1 hourly low or 4 hour I think it is would have been take profit 2. No setup occurred. In fact, it didn't sweep in the macro. It did sweep within the macro on the on ES on the S&P, as you can see, but there was no setup. There was no clear market structure shift. Here you can kind of see the remnants of what I was looking for. Market structure shift here, you've got this fair value gap. I wanted to see this fair value gap inversed, and then tap back up into hopefully a fair value gap created. Some clear displacement lower, fair value gap created here would have been fantastic. That didn't happen, so then I waited to see if this was going to get swept, and I didn't. Anyway, on to second macro. The same sort of trade idea still technically applied. With in between macros, we've swept the high. The 15-minute has been tapped up into clear displacement lower. We've had the fair value gaps. We've had this market structure shift here. There just was not an entry. It didn't come back and tap up into a breaker or the block, even though I don't really use those. Didn't even tap into a mitigation. There was none. And then it also, more importantly, didn't tap up into a fair value gap. So there was just no entry this entire time. Didn't even inverse a fair value gap, so I couldn't even enter off an inverse fair value gap if that was even my model. So it just drove lower and lower and lower and lower and lower all the way down, and then because it drove all the way down to this low here, here's an opportunity for longs. This is quite the low. This is a 4-hour low or 1 hour low. This was my target earlier in the other macro. Target's being hit, so we could have actually looked for longs. So what I was looking for in the long setup is this market structure shift broken higher. We would have had ourselves a breaker block somewhere here. It would have been this breaker block here. We could pair the both of them. TP1 would have been equilibrium here, and TP2 would have been all the way up here. In fact, I probably would have played it a little bit safer and made it just this high here, the very last high before the shift down, because that's a lot of movement, and I highly doubt it, especially at this time second macro that requires a lot of volume to get all the way up there. So yeah, there's the recap. I suppose I could give some context as to why. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. I suppose I'll do that. Yeah, I'll tell you guys a little bit about me if anyone's watching this. Because and the reason I'm gonna, the reason I'll tell you now, I know I only get like 5 viewers and no one's watching this at the moment. However, in let's say 2 years, 3 years time, the proof's here. The proof's staying here. I don't care how bad these videos are. I don't watch them. I watch the parts I want to see, like me marking out what the structure is, what the whole idea behind each trade is. I watch that part, and that's it. I skip through my own videos. My videos are boring as fuck. Like I do not expect anyone to watch these because they're shit. I swear, far too much too. I've got to tone that down. Anyway, let me tell you my current situation, so that me in the future will get an unbelievable amount of satisfaction when things go really well. because it'll be so satisfying when I do the things I'm about to say I want to do. Because like all my days, I'll give you some context that a lot of you might be able to understand. I hit 160 bench the other day. Okay, 160 kilogram bench. I don't know what that is in pounds. It's three and a half plates per side for those in pounds. Just you'll be able to figure out what that is. I don't know what that is. I remember when my goal was 100 kilograms, was two plates, was 225, and 160 kind of wasn't on the in my imagination. You know, no, it was only in my imagination. It wasn't a goal. It wasn't like it was fictional. It was complete fiction. It wasn't like it wasn't planned. It wasn't attainable until all of a sudden now I've got it. Like 140 was like, whoa, oh my day. That was the goal. That was the goal. Like, right, I've got 100 kilo bench. Now it's time for 140. Let's see how many years it takes me to get it. It took a lot of years, by the way, to get to from 100 to 140. I got 100. Oh, how old was I? I'm probably like 17. I'm now 21. Probably took 4 years to get to 140. To get to from two plates to three plates. Granted, I didn't bulk properly and I didn't put on weight properly because I competed in powerlifting in a really light class. So 160. When you get it and you look back at your old notes, got a little journal. I look back at that and it says something along the lines of all my days, imagine a 160 bench, and I've got it. There's nothing macros over, by the way. Trade's done. Trade's poo. Trade is jobby. There's nothing more satisfying than looking back at your old self and you can just kind of tell him subtly, yeah, I did that shit. Like, I did it. It's done. The thing you're striving for is complete. Well done. You've done it. So, right now, my current situation, I'm currently in my place of work's car park and I've declined a bunch of shifts from them. I've been doing this for like a lot of months. I basically said I can't work during the day. I can only work at evening times, basically after trading's done, because I've been focused on this so much, which has meant I have not much money at all. Like I'm honestly kind of broke, like really not doing financially amazingly because I've just sacrificed actually working and getting like just free easy 9 to 5 money. I've sacrificed that for the opportunity for this to be able to do this. And now, over the past since February, since I got a Top Step account and I've locked in, it's now May. Things have been going well. I still haven't even gotten a payout, but I've passed. My strategy's working clearly because I passed through like zero luck at all. It wasn't lucky. It wasn't a chance I passed because I didn't get like banger trades. I had two pretty banger trades and they were like both $800. So combined, those two trades were 50% of my account, which to be fair, you could say is pretty banger. But the fact that they were bangers is it's not by chance. It's set up. Um, so Tesla microwave. Where was I? Yeah, so it's working. It's working. I've sacrificed a lot of money to make a lot of money. And it's how it be. I also quit uni for this. I didn't really quit university for this. I quit university because I knew that's just not me. Like I'm good. It just isn't me. It wasn't me. Like the even the culture around it, the drinking. I'm not interested in that. Partying all the time. I'm like going out all the time. Not interested in that. I'm luckily, to be fair, I have some really, really great friends from university. I highly recommend going if it's even slightly your cup of tea. Great, great opportunity. I got nothing for it apart from 20 grand of debt, but I don't have to pay that off until I'm earning enough. So that's kind of honestly not the biggest deal in the world. Like everyone will talk about the debt, but for me personally, it won't be that much because I just know 20 grand is gonna be not much money, honestly. Um, I know I'm gonna make a ridiculous amount more, so I'm not concerned about 20 grand's worth of debt. That will be pocket change in the future. I know it. So yeah, I kind of hedged all my bets on this. It's still not worked, but it is working. So I suppose the goal, and it is a goal, or kind of the dream slash goal, is so I'm still currently living with my parents. I live miles away from where I work. I have to drive quite far to get to work. So that's why I'm trading in my car right now. Today I'm not working, but my brother, who was here like 5 minutes ago, he is. So we have to share this car at the moment. So I go to the gym here as well. My life is here. My bed is an hour away, 45 minutes away. So the goal, let me make these markings so that you guys can bear witness to the past. I know probably no one's watching this. However, I'm watching this and I will come back and watch this and it'll be sick. The goal, move out closer to here, quit my job, not entirely. Luckily for me, it's a 0 hour contract, so I can actually still keep going here on weekends just for a little bit of a hobby. I really like my actual job as well, by the way. Like it's fantastic. I love it. It's very physically taxing, but I do love it. It is really good. Just very poor pay. Um, Not even a poor hourly rate. Just the weekly hours is really low. Even if I did more, move out. So move to this city, the city of Edinburgh. About to dox myself, but Edinburgh. Move into the city centre. Buy an LS 460 because I really want a Lexus LS 460. I want to straight pipe it because they sound sick. And then also my goal, it's not even a dream because they're actually really cheap, most underrated car ever. I don't know why there's not hundreds of them driving around everywhere because they're sick. Is an Aston Martin Vantage from like late 2000s, like 2007 to 2011. The V8 Vantages with the 4.2 liter V8 with 380 horsepower. Straight pipe that too because they sound sick. They are cool. They're a banger car. So that's the goal. Okay, that's the goal. You guys, or not even you guys, you're gonna bear witness to the goals I've just set. You've heard it here first, folks. Setting it in stone. And when I do it, I will clip this and put it in the video that I do it in. Watch me. Watch me do that. V8 Vantage, LS, and I live in the center of town. Boom! Done. Mission complete. Then I'm sure future me, when he gets there, will create new goals. But yeah, they're my PRs to be hit in life. They're the PRs. You guys are going to watch me do it. Sick. Can't wait. Cannot wait. and then the next goal, which actually conflicts with the goals I've just set, is to leave the United Kingdom because it's currently, unless things change, it's currently probably one of the worst places to live. I'm sure there's probably worse, but one of the worst places to live for ambitious people such as myself. If I want my salary to be about £500,000 a year, $500,000, we don't need pounds, dollars a year, 50% of that goes straight to the government. Okay. The crime is currently getting worse and is dreadful. The culture in the UK is miserable. If if you are, is it tall poppy syndrome? If you stand out a little bit, you will be cut down. The weather is dreadful, although right now we've had some banging weather over the past like few weeks, which is crazy. It doesn't happen. Weather's dreadful. The cost of living, I don't know actually what it is compared to the rest of the world, but I'm pretty sure it's not great. The roads are utterly dreadful. The rest of the country, bar London, is completely neglected and is in pure poverty. The entire country is one massive island of poverty, bar a couple major cities. Like Manchester isn't that impoverished. Edinburgh's really not. Edinburgh's pretty wealthy. Edinburgh's a pretty wealthy city. Glasgow's got some wealthy areas, but it's also pretty impoverished. Um, Birmingham's a shithole now. And then London's really wealthy, and that's it. The rest of the country, the entire rest of the country, is pure poverty. I'm sure someone can point out some areas, like some counties, that aren't completely impoverished, but the rest of the country is neglected. London is a really wealthy country. The UK is a third world country. It's a developing country. London's a developed country. The United Kingdom is a developing country. What else is there? Yeah, the issue with moving out of the UK is obviously I've just said straight on camera on tape, I want these two cars and I'm gonna move to here. But I can't have those if I'm leaving the country. You see my issue? You see my issue. So my goals conflict. Future me problem. I'll figure out when I get there. I just think it's so unfair. The unbelievable amount. Oh, and not to mention all the legislation and tax on everything. Those two cars I've just mentioned, the LS 460 and the V8 Vantage, road tax on both of those cars is £700 a year. Just road tax. Some cars are free, by the way. Stupid rules everywhere. Les zones. That's another stupid rule. I don't see the country growing in GDP, or at least per capita anyway. Nothing's going well. The ship is really, really sinking. And then there's obviously another major problem, which I'm not going to point out because everyone else on the internet has pointed it out. Um, yeah, the ship is really, really sinking. I would like to abandon it. Like, honestly, I've got little to no sentiment towards this country because it's done nothing for me. I've got this accent. That's it, and it's not even thick. I bet some of you can't even tell I'm from Scotland because I've barely even got a thick accent. This country's actually done nothing for me. This country specifically. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I'm sure someone could point out. And before you say schooling, not even without sounding like a posh arsehole, my parents slaved to give me private education because the education system's oh, I didn't even start talking about that. The education system's dreadful, so it wouldn't even be a good place to raise your kids. The education system is shit. This country's given me nothing. Yeah, so I want out. Pretty quick, smart. Yeah, this is the one, future me. This is the video you really need to go back and look at. I'm gonna try and title it something I'm gonna remember so that I can come back and see it when things go well. Or trading's a massive scam actually, and my life turns to complete ruin, and I become homeless, and I have to start all over again. That would be fun. Hitting the reset button. Yeah, that'd be really cool. Guys, goodbye.